my client Rachel, we have done tons of work together on a lot of different things. But she's going to answer some questions for me on how it's been working with me. Okay, so what my first question is what made you decide to book in with me in the first place? I know it was a long time ago.
No, I remember. I emailed because I Googled how best ways to find peace in your mind, which is weird. But I'd seen a hypnotherapist previously and it wasn't a safe space to go back to, so decided I needed to find something different. And the Mind Clinic popped up on Google. Just emailed you, left it. But I remember the day sitting at New World Car Park and you rang me. We had a quick chat. And the reason I was coming to you was because I was lack of motivation. I wasn't going to the gym anymore. I just felt quite lost in my direction of life. So those were my biggest reasons to find you. Yeah.
Right. So you kind of answered this one, but what was happening in your life at the time that you decided, like, that's it, I'm gonna do this now?
I think I felt like I'd done talk therapy before and it hadn't quite got to the depth of maybe something else is sitting inside me. And I was sick of the same rotation of life coming back, same patterns coming, same behaviors coming out. And I needed something to support me to get that change. It just wasn't changing enough. So I needed a shift. And that was the biggest calling, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So the problem that you came in for was you weren't motivated, you weren't doing all the things that you wanted to do. What was it like to have that problem? Like, how did it feel? What was it stopping you from? How was it affecting you?
I was drinking a lot. For me, drinking a lot was like I always go to the pub and have a couple of beers, twice a week if I could. I would drink, I would eat. I felt sluggish in my moods. I was very moody. I didn't feel very present. And I would also not feel like I'm being a great mum for my children and that I was hiding from something. So it felt like I was constantly, to avoid actually feeling, I would have a drink or I would eat some chocolate or I would not go for a walk. I would sit on the couch and binge watch Netflix. All of those are fine if you choose that thing, but for me, it was really not helping me move forward or feel good.
It's completely understandable. Okay, so how had you tried? You said you went to talk therapy. What other things did you try to fix it in the past? And why do you think those things failed?
Done a lot of talk therapy. The amount of times I would talk would bring up an emotion. I couldn't get past the emotion to actually get deep enough in what I think my mind is to move deeper into what the core of the problem was. So if I thought of something that had happened in my childhood, it would trigger so much emotion I couldn't get past that because it would become a whirlwind. It wasn't comfortable and I couldn't get over it. Any time in talk therapy, I would journal. Journaling's awesome. Again, gets all my thoughts out, but doesn't help create that next level of understanding of where to go to next, I suppose.
Kind of gives you that surface level instead of going deeper in.
Yeah, I mean, you write something out, it's cool. It's just problems on a page. And what do I do now to do something with it? I didn't have the tools or abilities to understand myself enough to do that.
Okay. What were your thoughts of hypnotherapy or mind stuff before you came to see me?
I was totally willing to sabotage you. I was like, this is not going to work.
Were you?
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna test this out. EMDR. I kind of heard about it and thought, that's weird. There is no way you can wave your finger around at me and it's gonna stop me from feeling stuff in my mind. I just didn't, yeah. So when we did try it, I was in complete utter shock. I left the session, I went home and I kept trying to bring it forward in my mind, this awful memory, and feel what I used to feel. And it was like a block. I couldn't feel that awful feeling anymore. I was like, wow, that's unreal. Yeah, I get goosebumps because it was the most healing moment, and to be able to let go of that is so powerful. Yeah.
And you didn't have to tell me too much detail about what had happened, did you?
No,
So
it was basically a photo or a memory that I had, and I didn't have to share that with you whatsoever. It is totally what I'm comfortable with, and that's what I loved, because you can just hold that picture in your own mind. I'm not sharing that with you. And yeah.
yeah, so good. Okay. How would you describe the entire, when I say entire, we've done a lot of sessions and we've used a lot of different methods. We've used IEMT, we've used hypnosis, we've done breath work together. What would you say about like the whole experience of having, because you've experienced pretty much everything that I do on different levels. How would you describe all of that?
I would tell everybody to be open-minded to try all of it, because every single thing we've done has brought something different to the surface for me, but also has allowed different feelings to be resolved. So I think in everything that we've done, it's the practical tools that you also give me at the end. We've done a few exercises. I can go at work if I'm feeling like my nervous system's getting heightened, I can just go calm down by doing some simple exercises you've given me. Breath work is next level. I just love it. That took me to amazing places and felt really safe. It was such an amazing experience. Every time I come, it's like we try something different, and I don't even know half the time that it's happening. It's sometimes like, oh, I feel really peaceful. Did you do something? This is amazing. I think everything's got a different purpose, but to be open-minded to try something new and see where it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's the key piece, is to just have an open mind and allow whatever needs to happen to happen. Okay, what would you, when you think about your life now, what are you most looking forward to?
I think it's a nice feeling, looking forward to waking up and not having such a frazzled emotional state in my mind. And it pops up, sure, but to feel more clarity around who I am as a person, to feel more clarity around if I get stressed in my day, I have tools in my tool belt to actually use that work. That actually work. That's a big deal. And I look forward to most days anyway. I feel like every day is starting to unfold into even a better person and a better version of who I want to be, and that's quite a big deal, I think, to be able to have that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. What's the difference between how you feel now as opposed to before you were working with me?
Oh, I feel like there's a lot of transition going on to the next level with me, and I feel like I am a new person. I don't think the person I was last year thinks the same. I don't feel the same. I feel grounded in who I am. I'm definitely less emotional. I don't cry as much, which I think's quite good. And I've got more clarity and inner peace, and that is powerful. I'm not so worried about a lot of other elements in my world, food, alcohol. I just feel pretty wholesome. Last year, no, none of that was there.
Yeah, as it was it's been a complete shift for you, definitely.
Life-changing. I call it life-changing. It is life-changing, because I wouldn't be able to do or see or perceive things the way I do now, and I would be making the same mistakes, the same pattern behaviors with no change. Or I don't do that anymore. I see something and I go, aha, I know what I'm doing with this, and I can move forward. It feels amazing. Yeah.
So good. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you say to people who are putting off fixing their problems and frustrations?
It's not going to be easy, and it's not supposed to be easy. But if you take that one step, that one meeting, that one, I would like to just look at this one problem and come in with that one problem and that one open-minded, if this is my problem, see where that takes you, see what happens, and be open about it. And just don't go in there assuming that it will, be that one problem. There's always something else going on, and it's an amazing experience. Imagine feeling more whole in yourself. Why wouldn't you want that?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Oh, so good. All right. My last question is, what is the most important thing for you in achieving success with your sessions with me? What's been the most important thing?
I think the most important thing has been feeling self-assured in who I am as a person, that I'm able to tap into my own self a lot more. I don't need validation. That's probably been the life-changing part. Feeling a lot more secure about my own decisions, and there's just so much more peace. The mind and the sounds that go through your head sometimes, well, they're gone. They pop up, but they're gone most of the time, and that's just life-changing for me. It's a lot quieter upstairs, so it's nice. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you so much for answering my questions. I really, really appreciate it. And it's been an absolute pleasure working with you.
Yeah, I have loved every minute. I think I wouldn't be this present or more emotionally stable in my life if I hadn't met you, and that is huge. And my kids benefit from that. People around me benefit from that. It's not just my own journey, but it's everyone else that gets the on-flow. If I hadn't done the work with you, I wouldn't be able to share that. So thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, that's something that people don't often think about, is how changing themselves and being more okay with themselves is going to help the people around them. They feel like it's selfish. It's not, because you're actually doing something for everybody around you at the same time.
Other people share your peace. Other people find you more calming to be around. Other people want to see you in a good space, and it makes them want to be in a good space. It's so good. It's a ripple effect.
Yeah, so important.
Mm.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.